Hi guys, it's Monday early evening. Well, early evening for me. It's afternoon for me. Quarter to 10 on Monday night. I'm just on a roll, so I'm gonna make another video. I didn't really have a narrative this time again. Um, Here's my shirt. Hip hop is not on the radio, which you can interpret a whole bunch of ways. You can interpret it as what's on the radio is not hip hop culture. It's like, pop music. It's not really what hip hop is. You can also interpret it. No, I'm just taking a stab at it. You can also interpret it to be hip hop is not on the radio, and in that hip hop is on the streets. It's a living culture, and it's not a thing that you can understand from the radio. I got this shirt in Montreal on my way out of the music festival, a few years ago. It's pretty cool. It's a unique shirt. I had therapy today on an unusual day because otherwise it would have been on the 4th of July, and we had to reschedule. Really, really like my therapist. I'm sure I'm a unique client anyway, but I really like her. And we get down into some nitty-gritty stuff. Yeah, I would tell you what we talked about, but I've talked about it in the videos. Except we've started talking about, prompted by me, today we started talking about spirituality, and I often think of that as a dirty word. Like, I often think if, first of all, throughout my life I've had all kinds of different feelings about it, and God, I'm so sweaty. I've had different kinds of feelings about it, so there's, some different levels in that regard, but I don't know. I do believe in some things, but in discourse, I kind of think of it as a weakness. I think this is a bad way to think about it, but I do. I think of it as kind of a what is my hair doing? Jesus. I'm going to take the hair tie out. These hair ties, I lose these. This is like the most important thing I've learned is, pack a zillion hair ties because I lose them constantly. I think of spirituality as a dirty word, and something that derails discourse. Like, I feel like it to certain people only, but to certain people, bringing up spirituality, I think, kind of like to them invalidates the conversation you're having. Like, it's sort of like, to some people, it like pulls out the underpinning, legitimacy of the argument, which is sad. It shouldn't be like that, but that's the way it is. So sometimes I'm a little hesitant to. Sorry, I'm liking how I look. Sometimes I'm a little hesitant to go there. Certainly with people. Like, it's amazing I'm even talking about it in the video because I'm usually really hesitant to talk about it with people, but I've got this great opportunity to talk about it with a trusted, a confidential source. And unfortunately, she's going on vacation, so I won't even see her for 3 weeks. Right when I'm getting into this thing, like, that I really want to talk about. I don't know. I guess I'm even too embarrassed to really get into the actual subject matter that was on my mind. Maybe I'll build up the confidence for that, or maybe I'll make a video about it after I've talked with my therapist about it some more. It occurred to me that performing gender is a lot like being an athlete or a musician, like being trained. Like, I do think there are very real, fundamental differences is a really terrible phrase, I think, but fundamental truisms about different genders, not just man or woman, but I think there are some useful tenets about manness or womanness or genderqueer or all kinds of variations. And my phone went off. And And then on top of that is the way we perform gender, the way we interpret gender, and the way we perform it. And I think those things are also very, very real. I don't think it just because they may be more socially constructed that they're less legitimate. I think they're very real, very legitimate. But those things are like the things that vary from culture to culture about for example, men or women. And in that regard, unfortunately, I was mostly socialized as a boy in that regard. So, trying to undo that is kind of like working against muscle memory. Like if you're a trained athlete or a trained pianist or violinist or something, it's second nature, and I think that's how we all are as human beings by a certain age. Like our interpretation of ourselves and performance of what and how we think we are. We pass the the theoretical 10,000 hour mark, and we're like experts, and then we're like super experts at our version of performing gender. So, I really want to work away from that, and but it's still it's like going contrary to muscle memory. It's like undoing muscle memory, which is a weird concept. I probably thought of that theoretical scheme in relation to a real life challenge I was facing, but I don't remember that now. I was talking about my bartender and female pronouns last time. I'm really into it. It makes me jump around in happiness, but it's still a shock. It's still like dipping my toe into freezing water. It's like, ooh, we're going there. I mean, it still feels taboo. And that's okay. I think that's normal. I don't think it invalidates anything, and I'm still excited to go forward. There's so much to say. I think I don't remember if I addressed this in videos before, but the more confident, the more comfortable I am with my femininity, the more I relax about my quote unquote masculine traits that I carry. I never wanted to be seen as sporty. I think I must have talked about this and like show my chest. I did talk about this, and like chivalrous or like skateboarding, and I'm really loosening up about that. I think that ties into a video I did much longer ago where I don't really have too much of a problem with traditionally male roles. Like it's not the male obvious. Males are privileged, and so it's not the male position in society. I mean, this part's not obvious, but it's not the male position in society that is causing me to want to take this journey. And in fact, some of those things I like a lot. I just felt like it gave people the wrong impression. So I look forward to, I don't know, being a little butchier than I'm previously been comfortable with. That ties into a lot of things. Shoot, I just thought of something good and I forgot. I'm gonna stop. So much to say. Next time. Oh, there's really good stuff. Just circle it. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back. Bye. I do remember the last little spark that I couldn't remember though, and that is in terms of the male roles and masculine behaviors. It's only loosely associated, but it's something I hadn't written down or talked about in a video. It just came to mind. Is a lot of times as a performer, in my performing career, it's my phone. It's my girlfriend. I'll call her back. In my performing career, and I worked behind the scenes too. There are and just coming up in theater and stuff. There are a lot of times when gay men fancied me, and that was a confusing time because I don't really have anything against homosexuality, obviously, being the good dyke that I am, but it was less. I just didn't want people. I don't know. I just didn't. It didn't feel right, but I didn't want to give people the wrong idea that I was. I don't know. I think what I'm trying to say, I think those people noticed something was up with me, but grossly misinterpreted it, because how could they interpret it correctly? And I got pursued by a lot of guys, and it didn't gross me out or anything, but it just was working against the grain, and it was really hard to explain that to people. That really came out way less clear than it originally popped into my head. Okay, well, whatever. Alright, next time, more cool stuff. Thanks, bye.